Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And I want to welcome you here today because, once again, we have to talk about no credit check, no qualifying, no buried entry. That's right, it's here again. Vista Cana update, new project inside Vista Cana that we've talked about on the live streams, but now I'm bringing it to you specifically for a video. And welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to thank you so much for being here on the Stop Struggling Now YouTube channel page. And as usual, I would love and I like to request that you share the videos because you never know who you're helping, especially when you're talking about no credit check, no qualifying, and no barriers to entry to get assets. It's very powerful, very important. You need assets that generate passive income. And once again, I have to always show the join button over here on the right hand side. That's how you become a member of the channel. As a member of the channel, you receive special messages under the community tab specifically for you. You also are able to be in on the Wednesday night live stream where it's members only chat. Also, you can join me during our live streams because you receive a special link to get into the live streams under the community tab. And you receive 1 or 2 videos per month specifically for you. And thank you everybody who's a member of the channel with the icon next to their name. I appreciate that greatly. Now, let's get into the subject at hand. The new projects within Vista Cana. This is only one project, but there's more coming, ladies and gentlemen. And I received a message from a subscriber that asked, is there any 2-bedroom units under $150,000 within Vista Cana? Well, yes, there still is. And it's a new project that's coming out. And so we're going over Pueblito today. All right? Pueblito Caribeno is how I pronounce it. But we're going to show you on the screen how it's written, and maybe you'll tell me how you pronounce it on the live stream one of these days. So without further ado, let's get into the Pueblito Caribeno property, and we're going to start off with the PDF because it's informative. This place right here reminds me of Old Town San Juan, or for that matter, Old Cuba. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Look at this right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I'm talking about. This here, I have to say, I got further information. And if you miss our live streams, this was mentioned on the live stream over a week ago. So therefore, it's been for sale for over a week. So some people have taken advantage already. But this here that looks like a church, apparently is going to be a church. Even though it's going to be small, it's actually a church. That's right. On site, ladies and gentlemen, of this project. And again, these are all renderings. These are all pictures. Actually, this picture right here is not of the project itself, but they're just giving you that old vibe feel. Look at this. This is renderings right here. This old vibe feel. It's beautiful. And it's right where you want to be. Not too far away from the golf course. Not too far away from the sports complex. Walking distance, not too far away from both of the beaches. And if you're new here, you don't know that there's going to be a second beach within Vista Cana. Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is also going to be very close to the Equestrian Center. And if you didn't know about there's an equestrian center within Vista Cana, well, you're finding out now. Here's the renderings here, ladies and gentlemen, for the project. 1 and 2 bedroom units. And oh, by the way, why leave the suspense? 1 bedroom units, 118,999, so we'll call it 119,000. And 2 bedroom units start at 139,900, so we'll call it 140,000. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That is the starting price. We'll get down to the end of this where we'll get into how much it costs to reserve and all the rest. But once again, you got to understand, this is very, very special in my opinion. There is one thing, because you know I tell you guys the whole both ways, because as an investor, you look at things differently. From what I understand, this project does not have its own gated complex. So in other words, let's say like lagoon residences, let's say the panorama projects, they all have their own security, right? So you got to go through security to get inside Vista Cana. Then when you get to the projects, they have their own security gates. Like the villas at Vista Cana, they have their own security gate as well. Some of the projects within Vista Cana does not have its own gates, like Palmas and some of the villas, they don't have their own gates, all right? So it's not separate securities. So you don't go through 2 lines of security, just one. So this Pueblito Caribeno, it also only goes through 1 line of security. That's the Vista Cana security. And then as you're driving through, you'll come through this neighborhood, which is fine. But the price and the location and everything is well worth it in my opinion. So look at this, the renderings. If this place actually looks anywhere near like what these renderings are, this will be awesome in my opinion. So once again, there's some other amenities here. You see the chapel. I'll call it a chapel, not a church, but either way, they're both the same in this case because they say that they're going to have services potentially in there or weddings maybe. So that means it's something. And restaurant is also within the complex. That's why you see this nice seating area, which makes it awfully cool. Now, let's get into this. 2 bedroom units, bottom floor or townhouses? That's the question, right? So they appear to be upstairs and very interesting configurations. So again, some are townhouses, some are single level, some have another level up top. So we'll get into that. But look at this design. If it looks anywhere near this, this is awesome. I know they're not going to put the pictures on the walls, things like that. But if they actually have the lighting and the lamp shades and some this wallpaper, this would be pretty awesome. Now, look at this here. Again, we don't have the dimensions very clear, but I'm sure down along here there might be dimensions, so we'll talk about it when we get to it. But look at this. This is spectacular in my opinion. Short, sweet, not too far. Now this opening here, if they come with this, there's tracks here. If they come with this in the full opening, that changes the whole dynamics of a condo. Once again, people will love this because it's indoor, outdoor with a pool, jacuzzi, whatever you want to call it, piscina, whatever you want to call it down here. It's there. And this would be very, very spectacular in my opinion. And this also is a nice size room as it appears here. Here's the second floors. This is what I was referring to, which was unclear whether on the bottom floor it's 2 bedrooms, which it appears to be. And on the second floor, you also have a 2 bedroom, but there's a beautiful caveat because you get an additional terrace. So we're going to show that in a second, but look at the sizes here. I'll have a link to the brochure down below because some of this is hard to read even for me. So we're talking about 88 square meters. Now, again, they may be doing a little fudging, but I believe it's 88 square meters inside the unit. The terrace appears to be 25 square meters. And then there appears to be another 11 square meters of a terrace space. So you can see the bedrooms appear to have their own terrace too. So that's where that 11 would come from, I would imagine. But nonetheless, that's type of A. Type of B is 87 square meters, which you see here, 87 square meters. And the ones on the end gets 1 extra square meter. But that is the beautiful thing. Now, I'm going to let the cat out the bag early. Bonuses. That means you have a refrigerator, a stove, a washer dryer. That's all included. So you don't have to worry about that. And here's where that terrace is. This is beautiful. The pool, jacuzzi. You guys know how this works. You're going to have to pay extra if you want that. But the point of the matter is, this is what it's going to look like. And wait till you see the renderings, because this is very, very cool. Very nice, as you can see on the screen here. If you set this up like this and then do a few other little things, this is spectacular because nobody's above you. Open air. This is beautiful setting right here. And as far as rentals go, and as far as ownership goes, this is beautiful. One other major thing that I like is it appears that they're making complete walls from your neighbors. I love that as well because that's privacy. Sure, somebody can always jump over, but at least the walls aren't only 3 feet high or 4 feet high. These appear to be actually larger than 6 or 7 feet high, which would be great if they do that for added privacy. And you can see here, this would be spectacular, like I said, because you can actually add your own privacy up front, which makes it nice. Now, let's keep going. Look at this. If they make this type of plaza in there, this is beautiful in my opinion. Let me know what you think, ladies and gentlemen. And the 1 bedroom, this floor plan that we're seeing, you can tell it's you can barely see it. So I can't read anything on here. So I don't know the sizes of the 1 bedrooms unit. I'm only guessing. If the 2 bedrooms are 88, then these got to be like 50, 56, 57. It's got to be a little larger than usual, I would think, because their 2 bedrooms are a little larger than usual. What I mean by that is most 2 bedrooms are in the 70s square meters. So the fact that they're near 90, that's a good sign right there. Here's what a 1 bedroom could look like. Now, I'm not a fan of the glass, but some people like that. But nonetheless, this is almost a studio 1 bedroom kind of vibe if they do this design, because you can see that the wall in front of the sleeping area is only at a 3/4 wall, let's say. So it's not a complete enclosure, but this is designed spectacularly. But again, the furniture you don't get. All right. So you know what you could make it look like. Now, this is the first part that they're selling now. And again, first phase, you always get a cheaper price. You can lock in your prices right now. Now, A, B, C, D. Here we go. A, B, C, D, E. And I don't see an E here, but we'll figure that out another time. Like I said, this is the first brochure. There'll be another one probably in a week that'll have many, many more pages, and we'll talk about it then, probably during a live stream. So don't miss the live streams on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. And here you go with the prices that I mentioned. 1 bedroom starts at $119,000. A 2 bedroom starts at $140,000. So everybody on podcast, again, you gotta check out the brochure, and down below the listening of the podcast, if you can see a description, there'll be a link to the brochure for you as well. There's something for everybody. And here's the payment plan, ladies and gentlemen. It's plain and simple. $5,000 to reserve. That means that's what you wire over to a bank account in the Dominican Republic, or if you go to the Dominican Republic and you go deposit at the bank or with the company, the realtor's company, however you want to do it, then you need 15% down. So it's 15% of the total price, 15% of 119 or 15% of 140. Now remember, the prices go up, ladies and gentlemen, especially if you start adding some things, and especially if you're not one of the first people in, the price could go up an extra $5,000-$10,000 while you're waiting to make decisions. I'm just saying. But the beauty of it is no credit check, no qualifying, because you make payments at 0% interest over the course of months. And I believe we're talking about 23 months, if I'm not mistaken, on this. I believe there's 24 months right now. And also there's rumor that the price has already went up to like 140,000, 144. So again, you know which ones are going to go fast. The ones that have that terrace up top where you can put in a pool, because that has a higher rental value ultimately. Because if Vista Cana ends up being anything like what they're talking about here, then it could be upscale, and therefore any additional amenities such as this could change things dramatically for your rental income. And we're trying to get over 20%, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're trying to do here at SSN Nation. We're not trying to do 10%, 8%, 9%, stay hovering around that 10% number. We want 20 to 25%. I know it's bold, but if you can buy in at a certain price, then your rental numbers can be lower. So that's what makes this so powerful, is that you can potentially get a 2-bedroom for under 150. You can rent this out for only $1,000 a week, and you could still be good. Because if you're going to end up doing, let's say, prime time, which is only 50% owner occupancy, and you did 2 weeks, that'd be 2,000. And then if I stay just 1,000 per month for the other 8 months, that's 8,000. And then 4 times 2 is 8, so that's 16,000. So we get at a simple 10, 11, 12% on $139,000. But what if it turns into where you can rent these at 150, 180, 200 per night? And with the character of this project, it's not out of the possibilities. Because if you all of a sudden can rent this out at $1,500 per week during prime time, that changes your numbers dramatically, because 2 weeks is 3,000. Now, you guys, here's the situation with that. I have to put this in here because I'm being very, very conservative at 50% occupancy rate, whereby Dominican Republic overall is 83 to 85% all year long. So during prime time, which is now, occupancy rate could be higher, but I'm using a 50%. So imagine if it was 2 weeks at 1,500 during prime time. Now it's 3,000 times 4 is 12. And now the other times you just go, okay, the other 8 months I'm doing 1,000 a month. Being very conservative, that's over $20,000 a year. So once again, we're getting in that ballpark where 10% is 15,000 if you bought for 150, 14,000 if you bought for 140. Now you're getting into where you're in the double digits that we like, 15, 18%. And if we can get to 20, that's where we're trying to go. Now, the other part to this I didn't finish. 35% is what you're going to be paying during construction. And as I mentioned, the bonuses, the air conditioning is included. I forgot about that. The fridge, the stove, the washer dryer, and I forgot about the extractor for the stove. Those are great bonuses for everybody. And as you can see, it's another urban group performance. And again, I don't know specifically if it was a 2024. I believe this is a 22, 23, 24 month project. So you're going to have 24 monthly payments at 0% interest, and you're putting your skin into the game. After delivery, you're going to owe 50%, which means you have put 50% in, and the odds of you not being able to qualify is almost slim to none, because every lender will take that deal. You give me 50% down, Why? I'm not going to care what your credit is, because if you default, I got a lot of equity. So I'm just saying, keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. So with all that said, we're not going to go any longer. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And that's why we have to get assets when getting assets is good. Earning passive income after we put in the work. Nothing wrong with that. A couple of years, 18 months, and then you can have it on the market. You own it free and clear. You have built up equity. And remember, you can wash, rinse, and repeat, because now you have 50% equity. Let's call it 150% equity. So what I'm getting at is this. If you've put down 75,000 out of the 150, and your properties, let's just say, didn't go up in value, but it's the same, 150,000 is the value, you can borrow against that asset, ladies and gentlemen. So now you have another down payment that you can borrow if you want to get another asset, and you have rental income coming in to pay for the money you have borrowed. Again, so that's how you can build slowly within 2 to 4 year plan using real estate. Ordinary citizens, us. So with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.